Okay, so I got a couple guys from KEQ here. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, it's Cuse 333, official diplomat at KQ, official tier farmer.
And this is Dust User. I'm the war chief in KQ, and so I take charge of all our PC battles, running them, building teams, all that shit.
Yeah, he's a button pusher.
Alright, so let's just talk about KEQ for a little bit. When did you guys get started up? When was your corp formed? Or, if assuming you guys were around at the time, I'm not positive.
Yeah, I was.
KQ is a gaming clan.
Yeah, KQ's actually been around for about 12 years.
Okay.
It started in SOCOM 2, and we've moved on to all kinds of games since then. We've been all over the place.
Okay, so let's talk about your start in Dust.
Our start in Dust, we actually started as an Eve Corp to prepare for Dust way back in 2011, before Dust was even out as a game yet. That's when they formed Rise of Legion. You know, we worked hard preparing all that up, got all the Eve guys, and then we broke into the game. I mean, we've been here since day one. We had guys get beta keys first round. Myself, I got in second round. It was June 2012 when I started playing.
Alright.
But I've been KEQ before Dust was even in the game.
Yeah, I joined KQ on Dust. I used to be in Battlefield 3 clans. I used to run a lot of clan matches in Battlefield 3, and then one day I was messing around, we downloaded Dust, and ended up joining KQ and found all these knuckleheads down here.
Okay, so I guess this is going to be more towards Dust User. Who were the original members, like when you guys came to Dust with KEQ?
Well, our CEO, of course, Stylic77. He's our CEO. It's him, Luther Yiltron, Dark Judges, Buzz and Frog, myself, Camelto, or Camelto. I'm sure I'm missing a few here. But that's the majority of them I can think of, off the top of my head.
Alright. Any of those guys still play?
No.
Not really. Stylic still plays.
Okay,
APP, baby. I almost forgot APP. Mr. Vacation.
Oh,
APP is Mr. Vacation.
We forget about him because he's on vacation more than he does anything else.
He'll sign on every once in a while. Fuck around in pub match.
Okay, so at this point in time, who are the big players in your corp, the most important members, I guess, that you would say, in your opinions? I mean, besides you guys.
Yeah, it's us. It's me and this guy.
Oh god. No shout-outs you want to give here or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, we got Dust Round helps out. We got a lot of people in leadership chat. You know, they don't really do all that much. I think they just
they're not out here talking to guys and doing all the behind-the-scenes stuff. You know?
Yeah, they do.
They're just taking care of stuff inside the corp.
Oh, well, that's important too.
Doing, recruiting and training matches.
Right, it's an important job, but we're just the guys everybody knows because we're the ones out here.
Yeah. No. Me and Dusty got burnt out with all the recruiting and all the other aspects of the corp, so we just mess around and push buttons. You know?
Okay, let's get into the $1 questions here. The forum stuff, all that stuff. Yeah. Let's start with LOL Roman's vote. Let's start with that.
LOL Roman's vote is an official trademark of KQ term. Originated from Dust. I mean, it all comes from LOL CP, LOL Capital Punishment Alliance, and then, one day all of a sudden Dusty said LOL Roman's vote. And obviously H13 was like, oh, you can't just start trademarking LOL anything, that won't catch on. Yeah, okay. LOL Roman's vote is an official trending topic right now in the Dust community.
It definitely is.
I think it might have been Twitter, worldwide
matter of fact,
Twitter
the greatest Amara Faction Warfare chat ever created is called LOL Roman's vote, which was created by me and Dareth one day when we were just messing around trying to get some LP, and we decided we'll call it LOL Roman's vote.
Yeah, I was in that chat for a bit, but I've never been a big faction warfare guy, so I'm not in there at this point. Okay, so since we're kind of on top of Roman, let's talk about Roman. Let's talk about General So's, Sal's, however you say that. I don't know the official pronunciation. Most people say So's, but you guys have been one of their biggest oppositions for quite a while. You have something to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, KQ and Rise of Legion is usually on the outside of Blue Donuts, you know, with, you have DNS and, you know, Eon and all that stuff and General Tiles. So, I mean, our main goal usually is to just pick at the Blue Donut, attack them, troll them, do whatever, you know, needs to be to, because if we don't do it, you know, a lot of people aren't going to do it.
If it wasn't for a couple people, this game would be, you know, just a big blue donut, which that's not any fun.
Official leaders of the rebel forces.
I like it. I like it. So, just for people who are listening, we talked a bit before we started this interview. I hear Cuse has a really good Roman impression, and I really want to hear it. So, if you don't mind.
Yeah, 16 Murphy's Law versus 16 everybody will smoke is. You know what I'm talking about.
Shepard Gray, yeah, he has one too, but he basically just talks like Nixon when he does it. It doesn't actually sound like Roman, but it's just really funny.
I mean, I've rang for Roman before. If you ever heard Roman GC, it's the greatest thing I've ever heard.
It is great.
I need check shoes to walk back behind the home point. Put down a please.
Okay, so let's talk about your alliance a bit then. Rise of Legion.
Yeah.
Who what other big Dust Corps do you have, if any? Like, I don't remember a lot of the guys you bring in your PCs. I don't know for sure if they're Rise of Legion or not. Like Random Guns, I see you bring a lot of people like that. Are they Rise of Legion, or are you just building?
Yeah, shout out to Random Guns. Random Guns is the Rise of Legion Corp. They came over to us with maybe 5 members, and we used to you know, help them along, and we would fill. I mean, they would have 5 members, and we would fill all their battles for them. And then, you know, one day we just stopped and said, listen, how about you guys, you know, I taught them how to recruit. How about you guys start throwing, you know, your guys out there and see what happens. And next thing you know, they just started bandwagoning, and then everybody started merging into their corp. And they started doing all right.
Yeah, they did a good job of building our corp up.
Yeah. There's many other corps, like Grupo de Assalto and Subsonic Synthesis and Dust Brazil and Skill of God. And, you know, there was older members of the Alliance that have left and moved on to other games like Onslaught and stuff like that.
Alright. I definitely think Random Guns deserve a shout out. Like, I don't personally know any of their members, but just not too long ago I didn't know the name Random Guns at all, and then they bust into PC. They're probably one of the top 10 PC corps at this point. And if any of them are listening, I would like to organize an interview with your leadership if you guys want to get on here. But anyways, back to you guys.
Yeah, David WD this year.
What else do we have to talk about here? Let's go back to the forums a bit. Get back to metagame. Just what do you guys have to say on the subject of metagame in general?
Well, I mean, you have the Dust forums. I mean, the Dust forums are probably 80% of the enjoyment of playing Dust as it is. You know, I mean, you get most people. I know most people that play Dust, they'll sign on to the forums as soon as they wake up and they're drinking their cup of coffee. They want to see what's going on out here. And it's usually like a soap opera. There's a lot of soap operas going on, a lot of this and that. He said, she said this, he did this. It's fun times.
Yep. The whole forum metagame is what makes Dust stand out from everything else.
And, I mean, you'll see all our alts will be popping up all over the place. I mean, we got like 5,000 alts, and we'll pop up all over the place. You know. And trolling is one of the fun things about Dust.
It is.
I mean, if you can troll somebody and, you know, get them all riled up and freaking out and spazzing, that's the greatest part about Dust. That's what I find.
I've never seen anybody freak out as much as over this game.
Yeah. And that's another thing. The best part about it is there's a lot of people that take the game way too serious. Like, they think the internet land and all these districts, and they think it's real stuff. And those are the best people to go at.
Definitely. I could definitely see it from their point. I mean, obviously don't take it too seriously, but it can be more fun if you do take it, you know, serious to a certain degree. I think we kind of touched on this in the last interview. We were talking about, I can't recall if it was actually in the interview or not. Roman was talking about just going on the forum just for the sake of keeping this game alive, because there was a time when this game was very close to dying, but it's getting better at this point, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give credit to Roman. Roman is probably one of the key players in this game that have kept the metagame and the forums and, you know, different aspects of this game alive. So you got to give him a shout out for that. He does, you know, he helps the game out a lot with that type of stuff. I mean, now before him, you had Kane Sparrow. Kane Sparrow was, you know, creating a lot of controversies, and, you know, a lot of people disliked him, and, you know, you need that type of stuff to build up wars and build up hatred for stuff, and to make the fights more enjoyable. Because if there's no storyline behind the fights, then they're just some regular clan battle. That's
exactly.
Yeah, then it just turns into any other game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can go play clan battles on Battlefield, but you don't get all the side story shit going along with it.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's a really unique game. Just I don't know. I'm sure people talk about this all the time. How, you know, things with potential, but I don't know. Hoping for Legion on PS4. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, if it wasn't for all this other stuff, like having a corp chat and being able to get super drunk and Q-sync with your corp and have everybody laughing and having the forums, if it wasn't for all that, the actual gameplay and the lagginess and stuff like that, people would have left a long time ago. You know, the actual gameplay is not the greatest. You know, I mean, it's fun. It's fun putting the skill points into stuff, but playing the actual game gets kind of wonky at times.
Yeah, my friends are the reason I played this game so long. Just I would have left a long time ago. My friends and the meta and all this stuff. All right, let's go back to Corp for just a little bit here, since that's kind of why you're here. Anyways, before, I want to say it was around Destiny time. I'm not sure when it was. Is when I started really seeing you guys in PC. I suppose that's when I started PCing a lot. Like I PC'd before that, but What were you guys doing before you guys were fighting against General So's, is I guess what I want to ask.
Well, we were fighting DNS at the time. I mean, DNS was trying to take 100% of Molten Heath, and we were trying to hold on, and there was a lot of controversy with that. And the greatest people for us to troll at that time were Fish Sticks or Fiddlestacks, and Ken Kniff from FA, and Kane Sparrow. So, you know, that's what all our efforts were kind of focused on that. You know, we had a lot of funny meetings with those guys where they were making demands for us to, you know, do this and do that, and we would tell them, you know, kindly screw off.
Yeah. Okay, so this, I'm gonna assume you guys know this. A lot of people consider your corp to be quote unquote bad. I mean, I wouldn't say that, but I hear that a decent amount. What do you want to say about that?
We're official hated scrubs at best.
We've always been the scrubs. We ain't got no problem with it.
Ain't no shame.
Is that a right, bitch?
Exactly.
No.
All right.
But it really comes from the foundation of the way we kind of build the corp up. It is, you know, a lot of corps still take, you know, corporation hoppers, people that, you know, high SP, real elite players. Those, you know, a lot of corps will take in a corp hopper. You know, we tend not to take those type of people in. You know, that's not it. KQ is a gaming family, and we want people to stick around after this game.
And we'll accept anybody. You ain't got to be a PC player. You can come in here and just play pub matches. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of guys that do that. Like, we got a lot of guys in our corp chat that they have no interest in PC. They just want to run around, do their pub thing, and hang out with some guys.
Because our end goal is not to, you know, get to the top of Molten Heath and take all 100% of the district. Our end goal is to, you know, build the foundation of the clan and, you know, have fun and move on to other games.
Definitely. Okay, this is a question that I think it's an interesting question, just to learn a little bit about you guys. I asked this before. What are a few of your best memories with your corp mates or your corp, or just, you know?
Justin, go first.
Probably one of my favorite memories from this game is what Cuse talked about earlier, whenever the whole DNS thing was going on, and we had our meeting with Fish Sticks and Ken Kniff, and they just went off the fucking deep end because of the whole counter sniping issue. and they, I'm sure you probably remember that. And they went on the forums, and at one point I counted 16 threads in the war room about KEQ. That was a beautiful day for us.
Yeah,
I bet, dude. It's always nice to be recognized in some way or another.
My
we
best
just enjoyed
memory,
the cheers.
Yeah, my best memory was that not actually a high point. Was actually the time when Ancient Exile decided to mass attack us, and I think it was like 10 battles in that night, and we were getting our butt handed to us, in that whole night. But it was just such a great thing to watch people laughing and sticking around through every single fight, never no showing any battles, and stick it out the whole night long. That was my fondest memory of all my guys, pretty much.
What happened at the end of that? Did they ended up beating you, or sorry to ask?
Yeah, they flipped a couple districts that night, but I mean, we launched counterattacks and them dirty boys, and, flipped our own districts that night, so we didn't get totally wiped out, but it was just good to see people stick around, fight it out, and not lose their morale or stuff like that. Which, I mean, that's key. Most people just corp hop out of there when they lose one battle in the war.
Okay, I think I want to ask you guys a bit about just PC balancing, just actual gameplay. What do you think could be better? I believe they're revamping it a little bit pretty soon here in a month or two, but what do you think should happen?
Put a developer in one of our battles. Let me put the developer in the undercover letter squad, and he'll get a chance to see that when you run around in a Galente assault, that's probably not the best suit. It's probably kind of out of balance a little bit. I mean, on paper, on paper stats of your weapon DPS and things like that, they may look good to them, but in PC you'll see what's out of balance and what's not in balance, what's not underpowered. You'll see the lag. You'll see things that need to be worked on. I think the developers need to get inside of the game a little more and get their hands on this to actually see what the problem is.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, a lot of people question whether or not the devs play this game, and I believe they do. I just don't know sometimes.
They play pub matches.
Well,
and,
I think they kind of need to give us more reason for PC, like more instead of even if it's not pacifist, something. I mean,
that's
maybe
the
it's
great controversy.
Maybe it's salvage. Maybe the districts produce, so many drop suits a day or
owning
something
a
along those
district.
lines.
Yeah, owning a district and taking a district has to have some type of worth. It has to have some type of worth and benefit to your corporation to take it. Otherwise, you'll have the way the PC is now of we're just flipping your district for no reason, just because LOL. That's the only really reason that's happening now, to flip somebody's district. Right now, there's got to be some incentive there.
Yeah, that's the big. Yeah, I mean, when I asked Roman the other night, he I kind of tried to ask him about our RE's. I didn't specifically say this, but our RE's OP, our heavy's OP. Like, I tried to ask him gameplay, but just the first thing he goes to is there needs to be some sort of reason to hold districts, which I don't think PC is horribly imbalanced anymore. It still is a bit, but definitely the incentives.
I run heavy with an HMG. That's my main role, heavy with an HMG. I tell you, that suit and that gun is severely overpowered. You need to nerf it.
I agree.
I'll say it right now. You got to nerf it. It's not right. I mean, it's a battle to see who can spam so many heavies in the city. I want to see more. I have been seeing more assault suits running around in the battles in the city. That's good.
I think a lot of that has to do with the map design, though, because they force you to play in these little hallways fighting each other. So of course you're going to use HMGs.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see a PC battle on like Manus Peak or something, which is completely open. Like, you couldn't be running heavies there, and scouts wouldn't be too good either.
All, like, Caldari assaults with rail rifles on that map.
Exactly. Yeah, something. I don't know. Vehicle. I don't know what it'd look like. That'd probably look something like that. But, if you're battling on. I don't know.
Tanks are in a kind of a bad,
definitely. Yeah.
Tanks are in a kind of a bad place right now. Tanks aren't really used in battles that much. And then ADSs are in a kind of a bad place because it really only takes an elite player to run an ADS right now. If you're not an elite player in an ADS, like a Dareth or Turf Snuggles, then it's really no reason to have an ADS in your battle if there's not a top elite player. And it shouldn't take a top elite player to run that.
Well, yeah, I, mean, I don't know. ADSs are. I don't really have any doubt that they're the hardest things to do in this game effectively, or just to do at all, really. I don't know. I can't fly with a shit. I should practice.
I tried it. I mean, you
don't
just
want
seen
to.
me and APP in our ADS adventures. I mean, we were crashing into MCCs. And
Yeah.
we gave up. We couldn't do it.
Yeah, it takes
What
a
I
really
would
good
do
player.
I would make the ADS last longer, make AV not as strong against the ADS, but then make the missiles and make the ADS not able to kill as well. You can't just two missile shot a suit on the ground. Take a couple shots.
I don't know. I don't know what CCP intended for it. I mean, if it's a hit and run kind of thing, I suppose that's kind of what it is at this point. Like you can run in and get a kill or two, but then those swarms are gonna force you out once, or the forge or whatever it is. Yeah. We could talk about balance on it, really. It's,
yeah, I mean, well, you gotta get into more controversy here. That's what people want to hear about.
Yeah, I mean, I've asked my generic questions here. What other controversy are you guys willing to, something I don't know, some sort of secrets you guys want to say here? I mean, get me them views, get me them likes. I don't know. I'm drawing in blanks on questions at this point. I tried with the LOL ones, but.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that little war the other day. What if you can call it a war. What was your guys' kind of your role in that? Did you I suppose you helped us out, Cap. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, well, see, I look at that situation as it was two corporations that kind of wanted to go to war. And obviously, when two corporations go to war, it's however, whoever has more friends usually ends up winning those type of battles. And the way that can get alleviated is you don't start stacking your battles. So obviously, Capac would launch attacks at Roman, and then Roman's official war tactics is to counterattack and launch stack battles. He likes to stack battles, but when you start stacking your battles, it really comes down to who has more friends. And I'll say this, there is a lot of people out here, there's a lot of mercs and a lot of mercenaries out here that, like to farm tiers, and Roman is a prime candidate for the farming of tiers, so obviously they're going to be on whichever side can collect the most tiers, because the official currency in Dust right now is not really his, because everybody's pretty much risk. It's really tiers. Tier farming is, the official currency in Dust right now. As far as our hand behind the scenes, and I know I've been accused of orchestrating everything and doing all this stuff like the Wizard of Oz, but it wasn't really the case. I think I rang in 2 or 3 battles, maybe 3 of my guys from my alliance, 3 or 4 may have filled one team, but it wasn't really quite all that. It's just there's so many rebel forces of mercenaries out here that they're just waiting to jump at, ringing against General Taos, but they take any chance to ring against them,
Yeah, any chance to PC for a lot of people. But I don't recall who I heard this from, but the other day somebody was, it was during the war, it might have been Shepard, I don't remember, he told me. Something about Roman sending you somewhere like 80 messages, that's probably an exaggeration, but something about you knowing that this was your plan all along, something along those lines. Did that actually happen? Was that a thing?
Yeah, and it's not even actually an exaggeration. There may have been around 80 messages. I mean, I forwarded them all to Dust User. I think
there's piles of Roman mail. We got piles of that shit.
I sat down and had a meeting with him, and he was trying to, get us not to help out in the war. And I said, and usually what always happens is, I'll tell somebody something because I'm KQ's diplomat, and then obviously Dust User's the war chief, and I'll tell somebody something, and the Dust User will just be like, all right, well, let's do something different. So then after the fact, Roman called me a liar. He said I planned all this stuff, and it is what it is, but. There's a lot of joking going on, but really at the end of the day, what it comes down to is, people just like to play PC battles. So if you have a PC battle going on and you let me know, I'll jump in it. That's all it really is. People just want to play. I mean, if we don't have any battles going on, I'll find 6 other people's PC to jump in. There's a whole group of people that do the same thing, and everybody jumps in everybody's battles now.
Mm-hmm. I don't like it used to.
No. I mean, and that just comes from games like Destiny. It just comes from the dwindling player base. The amount of PC players is really not that much. So people are the remaining players in the game right now. They're just looking for battles to hop in right now, get some action. There was a lot more players back in the day.
So you guys refer to yourselves as like the war chief and the diplomat. Like what does that entail?
Good cop, bad cop.
Oh god, which one's which? I can guess which one's which. But
good cop, bad cop. But I mean, I don't know if you've ever been locked up where like one guy will come in and beat you up, and then the other guy will come in and say, "Hey,
I'll watch enough television, I mean.
Alright, yeah, you ever seen prison movies on TV where like the one guy will come in and take all your commissary and all your food, and then the other guy will come in and like, "Hey, listen, man, I'll be your friend." And, good cop, bad cop. Basically.
But like,
I'm the diplomat. Yeah, I'm the diplomat at KQ. So
Cuse Town's the nice guy.
Okay, that's like I didn't want to be wrong. I didn't want to lose.
No, I mean I have a lot of trouble because I get messages every single day. Why did you attack me now? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And it's not me personally attacking you, and I kind of feel bad about it. But
it's me. If you got attacked, it's all me.
Yeah, it's this guy. He's the worst
every time.
Now our CEO came up with that a long time ago. Like, listen, let's appoint Dusty Rosier as the war chief because that's going to give us a lot of content. He's going to be sure to not blue up everybody. He's going to be sure not to, make the game stale or boring by attacking everybody that he shouldn't at all times, which creates a lot of work for myself.
So is it like a you cover up his messes kind of relationship, or is it?
That's exactly what it's like. I have to cover up. I mean, I do the same thing for the Alliance too, because my Alliance they do stupid stuff and all the time, and I have to cover up a lot of messes. I'm actually pretty good at covering up messes. I've gotten good at it over the years.
You ever hide a body?
Yeah, you do what you gotta do.
No, but like, did you ever hide a body?
I don't talk about stuff like that.
Oh, okay, sorry. I apologize. You want a controversial? I mean, Okay. Okay, so I think we're pretty close to wrapping up here. Any final thoughts? Any final shout-outs you guys want to give? Anything like that?
Give a shout-out to my man Jabasti from Random Guns. Funny little German guy.
I'd like to give a shout-out to good old Roman for making this game entertaining.
Yeah.
Where would we do with that?
Yeah, we all, and now, not to be, I mean, everybody wants to let Roman know, the whole community wants Roman to come back. Nobody ever wanted him to leave. Just to be clear, this is ready for you. And then we all like your little spies that you have in our corp. Fun times.
Yeah, but spies are fun.
Yeah, this
like I told you, Roman, just send those court mails to me and I wouldn't have to have a spy on you. That's all I want.
Alright, so thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for the interview. Maybe have you guys back here sometime.
Yeah,
want to say
no
goodbye
like I said,
everybody?
get everybody in the same room at the same time, get Ghost Shadow in here, and you got yourself a party.
Soon enough, dude. Alright. That's it.